If you're still doing these things with your money, you're quietly destroying your chances of becoming rich. Most people think getting wealthy is about making more money. It's not. Wealth is built by avoiding the traps that keep everyone else broke. And here's the reality. The average person repeats the same 7 money mistakes over and over again without realizing how much it's costing them in lost opportunities, investments, and financial freedom. In this video, I'm going to break down the 7 things you must stop doing immediately if you're serious about building real wealth. This isn't theory. These are the same mindset shifts and disciplines that separate the rich from everyone else stuck in the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. So, if you want to take control of your finances, protect your money, and finally set yourself on the path to financial independence, pay close attention. Let's dive into the first money trap you need to avoid right now. Number 1. Living on credit instead of cash flow. If you're swiping your credit card to survive the month, you're already playing a losing game with money. Credit is not wealth, it's a leash. Every dollar you borrow today isn't just debt, it's tomorrow's paycheck already spent. And that means you're building your life on borrowed time, not on real financial strength. Wealthy people use cash flow to buy what they want. They let their investments, their businesses, or their assets generate income, and that income pays for their lifestyle. Poor and middle-class people, they use debt to fake a lifestyle they can't afford. And when you do that, the bank doesn't just take your money, it owns your future. If you want to break out of this trap, flip your thinking. Before you buy that car, that phone, or that vacation, ask yourself, can my assets pay for this, or am I digging a hole with borrowed money? Until your investments generate enough cash flow, you have no business financing luxuries. Wealth is freedom, but debt is chains, and the faster you cut those chains, the faster you can build true independence. Which brings us to mistake number 2, chasing lifestyle over assets. If you're buying luxury before you've built assets, you're setting yourself up to stay broke. Too many people spend money trying to look rich instead of actually becoming rich. That new car, the designer clothes, the weekend trips, they don't put a single dollar back into your pocket. They drain it. Here's the truth wealthy people understand. Lifestyle comes after assets. They invest first in stocks, real estate, businesses, and let those investments grow. Only when the cash flow from their assets can pay for luxuries do they upgrade their lifestyle. Poor and middle-class people flip it. They chase the lifestyle first, and as a result, they never give their money the chance to multiply. A simple rule: don't buy liabilities to impress people, buy assets that will free you. Before you think about spending $500 on a watch, ask yourself, could that $500 buy an income-producing stock or go toward starting a side business that generates cash flow? If you want to escape the rat race, stop trying to prove wealth and start building it. Assets first, lifestyle later. That's how real financial independence is created. And that ties directly into the next mistake, relying on just one source of income. If your only source of income is your paycheck, you're walking on financial thin ice. One layoff, one company downsizing, or even one medical emergency, and your entire financial foundation collapses. That's not stability. That's risk, disguised as security. Here's the truth. Wealthy people never rely on just one stream of income. They build multiple flows: investments, side businesses, rental properties, dividends, or digital income. Why? Because money coming from different directions creates both safety and growth. If one stream slows down, the others keep flowing. Think about it this way. One income pays your bills, but multiple incomes build your freedom. If you want to start small, begin with a side hustle that doesn't take all your time, or start investing in dividend-paying stocks. Over time, those little streams add up and compound into financial independence. Dependence on one paycheck keeps you stuck. Multiple income streams put you in control. Don't wait until a crisis exposes your vulnerability. Start diversifying now. Which brings us to the next wealth killer: ignoring financial education. If you're not actively learning about money, you're falling behind, and it's costing you thousands every single year. Money isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. And if you don't understand how taxes, investing, credit, and markets work, you're playing the game blind while others are cashing in. The wealthy know financial education is the greatest return on investment. They read, they study, they learn from mentors, they analyze markets. Meanwhile, the average person spends more hours scrolling social media than building the knowledge that could change their financial future. Ignorance is expensive, and in money, what you don't know will hurt you. Start simple. Read one book a month on money, take an online course on investing, or study how taxes actually impact your income. Each piece of knowledge compounds, just like money does. Over time, you'll see opportunities where others see risk, and you'll avoid costly mistakes that keep most people stuck. Financial freedom starts in the mind before it shows up in your bank account. If you want to build wealth, never stop learning how money works. And that leads us straight to the next trap, trading all your time for money. If the only way you make money is by trading your hours, you'll never escape the grind. Why? Because there are only 24 hours in the day, and if your income depends solely on your time, your earning potential is permanently capped. That's why most people work harder and harder but never actually get ahead. Wealthy people play the game differently. They don't just trade time for money, they build systems, assets, and investments that generate income whether they're working or not. Businesses, real estate, stocks, royalties, online platforms, these are income streams that work 24/7 even while they sleep. Think about it. If your boss stopped paying you tomorrow, would your money stop too? If the answer is yes, you're not building wealth, you're just renting your time. The goal isn't to quit working. The goal is to shift your effort into creating assets that keep paying you long after the work is done. Start small. Automate part of your income. Invest in dividend stocks. Build a digital product. Launch a side business. Each step moves you closer to financial independence and away from the endless time for money trap. And here's something most people overlook. The company you keep can make or break your wealth. If you're spending all your time with broke, negative, and financially careless people, you're setting yourself up to stay exactly where they are. Money habits are contagious, and the wrong circle will keep you stuck in the same paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. Wealthy people understand that your environment shapes your financial destiny. That's why they surround themselves with mentors, business-minded friends, and people who challenge them to think bigger. Being around winners forces you to raise your standards. Being around complainers drags you down to their level. Here's the insider truth. Your network is either your greatest asset or your biggest liability. If the people closest to you don't talk about investments, opportunities, or building wealth, and only talk about spending, gossip, or struggle, you need to upgrade your circle. Practical step: audit your environment. Spend less time with people who drain you and more time with those who inspire growth. Join investment groups, attend business meetups, or connect with people online who are where you want to be. Success leaves clues, and the right circle gives you access to those clues every day. And that brings us to the final and most dangerous mistake: ignoring long-term thinking. If you're only focused on the next paycheck or the next weekend, you're guaranteeing yourself a lifetime of financial struggle. Wealth isn't built in days or weeks, it's built in years and decades. And the number one mistake keeping people broke is thinking short-term. The wealthy operate with a long horizon. They invest with patience. They let compounding do the heavy lifting. And they make decisions today that pay off 5, 10, even 20 years from now. The poor, on the other hand, trade long-term security for short-term pleasure, new gadgets, constant upgrades, and instant gratification. Here's the insider truth. Money grows exponentially over time, but only if you give it the time to work. Even small, consistent investments made early can snowball into massive wealth. That's why short-term thinking is so dangerous. It robs you of the power of compounding. Practical step: start making financial decisions with your future self in mind. Before you spend or invest, ask, how will this choice affect me 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Long-term vision forces discipline, and discipline builds wealth. And now you see the full picture. These 7 traps are exactly what keep people broke. The good news: avoid them, and you put yourself on the path to real financial freedom. If you're still falling into these 7 traps, you're quietly destroying your chances of building wealth. The truth is, getting rich isn't about luck. It's about discipline, strategy, and making smarter financial decisions than the average person. Cut out the mistakes. Stop living on credit. Stop chasing lifestyle over assets. Don't depend on one paycheck. Keep learning. Stop trading all your time for money. Choose the right circle and think long-term. Do that consistently, and you'll separate yourself from 90% of people stuck in financial struggle. Remember, wealth doesn't happen by accident. It's built on purpose. And the sooner you start applying these principles, the faster you'll see results. If this video gave you value, don't just click away. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and share this with someone who needs a wake-up call about money. Because the information you act on today will determine where you stand financially in the next 5, 10, or 20 years. And if you want to go deeper, watch my next video where I break down the smartest investments to build cash flow in any economy. Remember that wealth starts with what you stop doing.